If you're thinking about buying the OMOTON Screen Protector for your iPad 11th or 10th generation, hold on, because I'm about to reveal what I found that might just change your mind. But here's what surprised me. Despite its glowing 4.6-star rating on Amazon and claims of privacy protection, scratch resistance, and Apple Pencil compatibility, there are some serious issues you need to know before you spend your hard-earned $20. Most reviews paint it as a perfect fit, but I dug deeper, and the truth is not as clear as the screen it promises. Let's uncover why this must-have accessory may fall short of the hype, and who should actually consider it. First up, do you really need the anti-spy privacy feature, or is it just a gimmick that might ruin your viewing experience? Stick with me because I'll break down every pro and con in detail. So what's the big deal with the OMOTON Screen Protector? On paper, it sounds phenomenal. A 9H hardness rating to keep scratches at bay, a dust-free installation tray that sounds almost too good to be true, and compatibility with Apple Pencil for smooth, responsive use. Plus, it claims to block prying eyes with its anti-spy design, supposedly perfect for those working in coffee shops or traveling. However, the moment I installed it, things didn't go as smoothly as the product promises. Actually, it was kind of a comedy of errors, like trying to fit a puzzle piece just slightly too big. And if you love binge-watching or gaming on your iPad, wait till you hear how that privacy filter affected the clarity and brightness. I guess it's privacy protection with a side of dim screen vibes. Ever heard the phrase, "You can't have your cake and eat it too"? Well, this protector might prove exactly that. Here's where it gets interesting. The installation tray is touted as dust-proof, but I found it wasn't completely foolproof unless you do the installation in a near-sterile environment. I mean, if you want to avoid dust bunnies getting trapped under your screen, you might need the patience of a saint or the cleanroom protocol of NASA. I joke you not. And once installed, while the Apple Pencil compatibility is mostly intact, I noticed a slight delay in touchscreen sensitivity, enough to frustrate artists or students who rely on quick note-taking. It's like trying to write with a pen that's a second behind your thoughts. That's not ideal for professionals, creatives, or anyone who demands precision. Someone should probably tell OMOTON that high sensitivity means instant responsiveness, not slightly delayed ghosting. But don't tune out yet. If you're wondering who this product is actually for, I'll tell you. It's mostly suitable for casual users who use their iPads primarily for reading or light browsing in public spaces and want to keep nosy neighbors at bay. The privacy screen does a decent job creating a tunnel vision effect to block side views when the iPad is horizontal. However, when the device is vertical or tilted, the effect diminishes quickly, making it a partial privacy shield at best. So if you're expecting to use it on a crowded bus or airplane and be invisible, think again. It's more like those novelty spy glasses that kinda work but won't fool James Bond's gadgets. Therefore, your privacy expectations need to be realistic. Speaking of realism, let me share a quick story. I installed the OMOTON Screen Protector in my bustling cafe and thought, great, now I can work in peace. 5 minutes in, someone sitting next to me still managed to glimpse my screen content because it didn't fully block side angles unless my iPad was almost flat. Also, the screen's brightness dropped noticeably, like it was trying to conserve battery but actually just made everything look dull. At one point, a friend joked, "Did you install a screen or a window tint for a car?" Funny, but not what you want from a $20 accessory. And yes, bubbles popped up here and there despite the dust-free claim, sort of like uninvited guests at a party. Now I know what you're thinking. Why buy this at all if there are these flaws? Here's the twist. The OMOTON's value shines in specific scenarios. For instance, if your main goal is basic scratch protection plus a minor privacy boost without breaking the bank, it does deliver. That 9H hardness rating genuinely protects you from day-to-day scrapes, which is great if you tend to toss your iPad in your backpack with little care. Plus, Its compatibility with Apple Pencil means it won't interfere dramatically with your creative apps or games, though perfectionists might notice the tiniest lag. So this isn't a scam or an outright fail. It's just a product with trade-offs you should understand clearly up front. Plus, it's affordable. At just over $20, it's cheaper than many glass protectors on the market. So if you're on a budget and prioritize basic screen defense with some privacy in quiet settings, the OMOTON could be your go-to. But if you demand crisp display quality, flawless anti-spy performance, or bubble-free installation every time with laser precision, you might want to explore other options or wait for an upgraded version. Remember, sometimes paying a bit more means fewer headaches and a better experience. You might be wondering about the actual installation process, because nobody wants to make a mess of their expensive iPad. The OMOTON's dust-free tray is a neat innovation and mostly works if you follow the instructions precisely. It helps guide the protector into position and reduces dust accumulation. However, it's not foolproof, especially if you don't have a perfectly dust-free environment. So unless you live in a sterile bubble, some tiny bubbles and dust particles might sneak in. Personally, I spent about 15 minutes carefully aligning it and got a decent result, but that might not cut it for perfectionists who want a flawless glass finish. Now, let's talk about the most amusing part, for me at least. The OMOTON Screen Protector seemed to turn my vibrant iPad screen into something resembling a privacy cave, and the visibility from angles was so bad, it reminded me of those old-school privacy films for Windows. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for protecting sensitive info, but sometimes it felt like I was looking through a pair of potato glasses. If that were a real product, it'd be called Spudvisor. On the plus side, no spies can see what you're watching, unless they're directly in front of you or close enough to sneak a peek. So, a joke for you. Why did the iPad user bring a potato to work? To have better privacy protection than the OMOTON Screen Protector. Okay, maybe I'll stick to reviews instead of comedy. Another thing that caught my attention is the claimed Apple Pencil compatibility. Yes, it's advertised as high sensitivity. In reality, while there's no total incompatibility, I noticed that the screen protector slightly reduces the tactile experience. Writing or drawing felt sort of like trying to sketch with a glove on, possible, but less satisfying. The fast app launch and smooth gameplay claims hold up for casual use, but top-tier artists or designers might find it limiting. Think of it as an entry-level accommodation rather than a professional tool. And if you ever played one of those video games with lag, you know the frustration. I imagine the screen protector values my artistic freedom just enough to let me get by but not excel. So to keep you fully informed, the OMOTON Screen Protector boasts some fantastic specs, but the user experience has trade-offs that Amazon's 4.6-star average rating doesn't fully reveal. You'll get solid scratch resistance and basic privacy protection in public spaces, but at the expense of brightness and angle visibility. Installation can be tricky without the perfect environment, and there might be subtle delays when using the Apple Pencil. If you are a student, casual browser, or someone who prioritizes affordability over perfection, this is a decent choice. But if you're a pro artist, perfectionist, or privacy hawk on the go, you'll want to think twice. Before we wrap up, here's a little final laugh. Why did the privacy screen go to therapy? Because it felt a little transparent about its shortcomings. But jokes aside, transparency here is key. You deserve to know the pros and cons before buying. And only with full info can you decide if OMOTON is right for your needs. All right, your time's precious. If you're interested in grabbing the OMOTON Screen Protector, I recommend checking the link in the description below for the best current price on Amazon. Prices tend to fluctuate quickly, so don't wait too long if you decide to buy. Remember, no product is perfect, but with clear expectations, you can make the best choice for you. To summarize, the OMOTON Screen Protector, offers a budget-friendly option for iPad 11th and 10th generation users looking for scratch protection and some level of privacy filtering without breaking the bank. It's ideal for casual users working in relatively clean environments who want decent Apple Pencil compatibility and a dust-reducing installation kit. However, if you need absolute screen clarity, flawless privacy screening in all positions, or professional-grade pencil responsiveness, you might want to explore other options. Thanks for sticking with me through this honest and detailed review. I hope it helps you avoid buyer's remorse and find a screen protector that truly fits your lifestyle. Until next time, keep your screen safe and your privacy intact, or at least as intact as a potato can provide.